about what's going on in the top of the blogs. Top of the blogs. Top of the blogs. So let's get to it. So you guys have heard about John Travolta, right? Mr. Travolta, who's been in the gossip mills for years and years, and I think was even outed by like Carrie Fisher or Penny Marshall, one of them, outed the man and said that he had a preference for men, and most specifically the male masseuse type. Well, it looks like old Vinnie Barbarino done felt up on the wrong one. Damn, John is like that? There's a male masseuse in Hollywood, or West Hollywood, that's saying that John Travolta hired him and then, you know, made all these unwanted advances. Basically was filling the man up, and then even pulled out his ding-ding and masturbated himself in front of the guy, and the guy was just like really not wanting to see old John Travolta's thing like that. Damn, John is like that? So this man has decided to sue John Travolta, and of course John Travolta's come out with his lawyers and saying that it is absolutely false, and you know how they do. I feel like John is gay. He just has a lot of feminine ways that are very, very subtle, that, you know, but it's just there, and that's fine. Like, you're gonna be gay, you're gonna be gay. It's just sad that, you know, the fact that he's, you know, he's this big time actor. He was a sex symbol at one time, maybe not so much anymore that he's gotten older, but you know, he was a sex symbol. He's got to hold up this reputation. You know, he's all-American pilot, father, you know, husband. He's real high up in Scientology. All of these things is keeping him from really just coming on out the damn closet. And it's obviously keeping him from really being what he wants to be. I mean, if people have been saying it for years and years, I want to see how the case is going to turn out. It sucks for John, right? That sucks. And I mean John, he sucks, right? So, Shaquille O'Neal is Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille has got his doctorate degree, and it's not an honorary degree. It is a real degree that he has allegedly achieved by going to class, taking tests, and passing whatever he got to pass to get it. The word on the street is that he paid for it. You know, it's always word on the street that he paid for his degrees, that he paid to be a Omega. Who knows? Like, why the man can't just then went to school and got his degree and, you know, did it the right way? It's possible. We've all heard Shaq talk. He seems intelligent enough to be able to get his degree, don't he? So he got his degree in organizational learning and human resource. Good for him. Very good for Shaq. We gonna give him a little clapsy. Good, Shaq. What I want to know is, what job is he fixing to get up in human resources? Like, what HR office he gonna be in? Can you imagine going to damn apply for a job at fucking Home Depot or something, and here he come ducking out the copy room asking you if you need a pen for your application? That shit was scared the hell out of me. Oh, big ass fucker. Have you guys heard about the Tamar and Towanda Twitter beef that they had with Jill Scott? Ridiculous, right? Jill Scott evidently was watching Mary show on WeTV, which I really do love. Like, Mary, them girls, Erica and Tina, they just the right amount of ghetto, the right amount of talent, the right amount of funny. I mean, they just are entertaining to me, and I enjoy the show. Jill was watching the show, and I guess she got on Twitter and was just like, hey, finally, a show that we can be proud of on WeTV. Y'all make sure you watch Mary. I guess Tamar got all up in her feelings and was upset about that, and went on to Twitter and kind of, you know, did like this subtle subtweet saying how, you know, she's gonna hold herself back and not say nothing. It turned into something totally different. Towanda jumps in and says how black people don't support black people and it's family. You mess with one, you mess with us all. It really got ridiculous. I honestly couldn't even tell if they were really fussing back and forth with the fans that were trying to protect Jill Scott, or if they were fussing back and forth with Jill Scott and saying that she doesn't, doesn't support black people. When I think of Jill Scott, like, she is synonymous with supporting black people. Like, now, I don't know if that's really what she is, but we think of her as this conscious black, positive singer who sings about, black issues, black struggle, all of that. So I really didn't know who they were talking to when it happened. Jill Scott goes back on Twitter after all this goes on and just very simply says, you can't be talking to me. Yeah, because really, why are you going there with Jill Scott? I really think that Jill Scott honestly meant that a show that we can be proud of, you know, comparing it to Basketball Wives. Not no damn Braxton Family Values. Ain't nobody even thinking about Braxton Family Values. You guys are in hiatus. We ain't thinking about Tamar, Towanda, Trina, you know, Tony, all of y'all. We not thinking about you guys. So it's like, I'm gonna need y'all to go take a seat, like go sit down over there somewhere. Y'all, Bobby Brown is getting married in June. And I am happy for Bobby Brown. He's marrying Melissa Etheridge. Is that her name? Melissa Etheridge. That's a country singer, right? What the fuck is her name? Melissa Etheridge. I know Etheridge. Alicia. He's marrying Alicia Etheridge in June. And that's, you know, the woman that he's been engaged to and has a baby with. And good for Bobby. Like, I want it to happen for Bobby. I want things to turn around for Bobby. I think he's taking a bad rap now that Whitney Houston has died. Has really been, you know, not favorable for him. I think we all know that Nippy was not first introduced to drugs from Bobby Brown. Now, they probably enabled each other and, you know, all of that. And I want it to work out with him and Bobby Christina. I mean, them two look too much alike for them to be fighting and carrying on. Like, y'all need to get it together. Last night on the news, I was watching a story about this gentleman named Ephraim Taylor, and he was a guy that went around to all of the mega churches in the United States and basically hit the congregation up for their life savings, pumped them up on this pipe dream of that they were going to be investing in different businesses that were surefire wins, that they were going to be able to get their money back, and had this whole Ponzi scheme set up. Now, Ponzi scheme, for those of you who don't know, is when someone gets this person or persons to invest their money, and instead of taking that money and investing it, they're taking the money and giving that money to other people who have invested in the past and are expecting a return. So it's this whole big circle because you just have to always be getting money from somebody to pay somebody else, and eventually you can't pay nobody. This guy basically was taking this money and took these people life savings, you guys. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars that these people just signed over. I thought it was interesting though, because one of the churches was King Eddie Long's church. Y'all know he a king, right? Saw it with my own eyes. He was wrapped in the scrolls and everything. And when the king introduced him, he called him his friend. I don't know why people still go to that church. Like, I know that, you know, we have to understand that our pastors and our leaders are just human and everything, but I don't know, y'all. We need to open our eyes and understand that if he calls him a friend, like, who your friends, who you hanging out with? You hang out with people that do what you do, right? Okay. That's all I'm saying, okay? Oprah Winfrey's network, the OWN network, looked like it is really about to be a sinking ship. Discovery Channel, they gave her $600 million even before the show, even before the network finally came on the air, and then they've lost like another $330 million. I think it's safe to say that maybe Oprah need to go on and just forget it. Her shows on that channel, I love Oprah. Y'all Oprah stands for real. Don't come after me with this. I do love Oprah, but her shows suck. Nothing is good on that damn channel. It's all too touchy-feely, too psychotherapy-ish, too much Oprah. I really do enjoy Oprah, but I don't want to see Oprah 24/7. You know, even the sex TV shows that was on there, which really seemed like it would be a good idea, even those was boring. I mean, how the fuck can you make sex boring? Even Oprah has come out and said that she would do things a whole lot differently if she would have thought it out. And, you know, the good thing about being Oprah Winfrey is that you can pull out of this whole thing and you can just be like, well, that didn't work out. I'm about to go do this over here. So y'all come on over here and let's do this now. And I think we would all follow Oprah over there too. She has the reputation and we trust her enough to, you know, just know that maybe that was a mistake and we can move on to something next. So I think she'll be fine. But I think it's time to just let this go. Okay, looks like another little TKO. Nene Leaks, Miss Nene Leaks, who is the star on Real Housewives of Atlanta, has just landed a gig, a permanent gig, looks like, on a show that's just been picked up by NBC. And that show is called The New Normal. And it's about a homosexual couple who's blended this family together, and they have a surrogate mother. who's holding the baby for them. The surrogate mother has this lawyer, and Nene is the lawyer's girlfriend. So that's how she is, a whole bunch of different degrees of separation, but she ended up on the show anyway. Good Nene. You know, as much as you can hate on Nene if you want to, but I'm telling you, Nene has been smart enough to turn her 15 minutes into fame into a career, a lucrative career, and she's talented, and you know, she gonna do well, so I can't hate on that. Good for Nene, girl, do your thing. Y'all, Deion Sanders and Pilar, they fixing to wear me out. Now, this whole divorce talk came up about 8 or 9 months ago, and, you know, they basically said that they were going to separate, but they were going to cohabitate in the same house. I think that's a bad idea, don't you? They lived in a 30,000 square foot house or some ridiculously large house. Technically, they should both be able to stay in this house and really not even see each other, because I'm sure there's wings and really there's many entrances, and you know, there's probably a bunch of driveways, and really they don't have to have any contact with each other, right? Okay, that was what they said they were gonna do. Now, all this, in the meantime, a lot of stuff has come out. Deion Sanders' 19-year-old daughter a few months ago just put it all out on Twitter and basically said that Pilar has been cheating on her dad with the pool man and a bunch of other people, that she never really wanted to have a relationship with Deion's kids from the first marriage, and how she ended up being Deion's second wife because she was cheating with Deion when he was married to the first wife, and how she doesn't really even care about her own children, and how she just wants to be an actress and a model, and she just, you know, and it's just all very money driven. Who knows if that's all true or not? I mean, the daughter is from the first marriage, you know, she's got issues with the fact that Deion cheated with this lady. I mean, it's, you know, it's a whole bunch of other stuff that goes into it. Why we all thought everybody was fixing to live in the same house is just beyond me. When even after the daughter had said that, they all still decided to stay in the house. Deion pushed it under the rug, said, oh, you know, she's just upset, everything's fine, we get along fine. Then, as time goes on and you hear about the divorce settlement, and he wants to give her $1 million, and she just doesn't feel like that's enough for her and her kids and the way they've been living the last 7 or 8 years or however long they've been married. Then it starts to get a little nasty. Now, whenever you start talking about money, it gets nasty, right? Okay, so now Deion, I guess, is ready to move on with his life, and he is seen on a red carpet with Tracy Edmonds. Tracy Edmonds is the real pretty girl that used to be married to Babyface. Now it's really a problem. Now Deion has stepped out with somebody who was equally as pretty as Pilar, and now we feeling a little threatened about this whole situation here. I always thought it was a bad idea for them to be staying in the same house together. It's like, it's too gray. Like, you living in this house with your ex, and you know, it's all these kind of crazy feelings going on. You might still be sexually attracted to him, but you can't have him. All of a sudden they decide to start dating somebody, and like, so where does this leave Pilar? Why are you in that house, girl? You should have been done left out of there. So now Pilar has the whole jealousy thing that enters on top of the money. That really makes everything a mess. Now you gotta be dealing with the emotion part of, you know, just being stupid that you done got kicked to the curb for somebody else. Pilar has this grand scheme evidently, and she decides that she is going to try to get him to hit her. So she tries to jump him in the room and in front of the kids. He says he didn't hit her, and I honestly don't feel like he hit her. You know, the friend is saying that she got it on video that he hit her with a statue, and I was like, I've been watched plenty enough TV shows to know that when you get hit in the head with a statue, you're usually dead after that. And the judges obviously didn't believe it either, because now Deion has custody of the kids. It's just sad, and I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you right now, somebody give me $1 million, I am out. I'm out with the wind. I'm running like Forrest. We're gonna do this every single week. We're gonna find out the 411 on the top of the blog, so y'all make sure y'all come back. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.